My name's Jose Oviedo. I'm 18 and I'm a senior in high school. When I first was born, my mom, she was the only one there. My dad wasn't there. And we had like 9 cousins living with us in one little small apartment. Probably like 5 years old is when then they finally left on their own to different apartments and everything. So now it's just been me and my mom. Been trying so hard to like get school down, and my mom's been going from job to job just to keep this working. When I was in 8th grade, I was like youngish, rebelish. I loved attention, so I wanted to get attention. And so I did anything that I thought was really cool. Everybody started doing drugs, and I started doing drugs. There were just people I was trying to impress. I left that school in my freshman year. I didn't want nothing to do with it because that's where my past was. I made a vow to myself I would never be that person anymore. So I moved to Skyline, and that's where I started a new thing. I don't mind the driving because if I leave here at 8, I'll probably be there like at 8:20. Plus I have film class over there, so where other school would I have film class? My mom was fed up me being lazy at home every summer. I just wanted to sleep, didn't want to do anything. She found WesleyRankin, and I felt like I was not gonna make friends. I thought I was just gonna be the loner of that group and probably just like sneak out whenever they don't notice. And then there was a girl there. I knew her from my old school that I used to go to, like in my middle school. That's when we started talking, and she introduced me to her friends. It hit me, it felt like a slap on my face. Oh, I do have people care about me. Oh, I could make friends because I'm a friendly person. We went to San Antonio, and just for university college tours. I sat by myself because everybody had their little friend group, right? Everybody got up and sat at the same table I sat. And they're like, nah, no one's left behind. With making new friends at WesleyRankin, making that family bond, they've like basically changed my life for the better, because beforehand I didn't know who I was, I didn't know who I wanted to be. Now I know who I want to be, now I know who I am. So technically I have a new family now. I finally made a perfectly good, like, healthy family that doesn't really like judge you for who you are. People who will be there for you when you need them the most and doing the same thing for them. All of them in WesleyRankin, even the little ones, are considered my families.
My name is Cassandra Luna. I'm 6th grade.
Cassandra Luna and her 2 sisters, they have been coming here for years, since they were kindergarten and 1st graders.
I come here almost every single day. I usually do my homework, then it's usually time for dinner, and then we go to clubs.
In that block of time, you really start getting to know children and families. It's like intentional living. We really are doing life together here. And so having Cassandra and Alexandra and Felicia in the program, they begin having these behaviors that were a little bit out of the ordinary. And so when we started inquiring with the family, we found out that Cassandra's mom has lupus. Because of that disease, sometimes she goes in the hospital, and sometimes she's not able to be the full mom that she wishes she could be.
I think she got like a surgery, and she forgot everything that happened before and after. She couldn't remember, and her hands were like shaking, and I was scared for her.
This is another story of another family doing the best with their circumstances and just needing a second home to come home to, and people to love on their kids and help bridge the gap that maybe they can't for certain reasons. We asked the mom if she would be willing for these kids to go to counseling. She was 100% on board instantly. She wanted the best for her children, and she thought that they should have someone that they could talk to. Pastoral counseling services has actually helped give her the tools that she needs to self-regulate and be the young adult that she is.
It's like someone's there to help you walk through everything, and even if something like falls on you, they will help you stand back up.
One of the things that gives Cassandra so much life is playing an instrument.
I started playing the violin in 5th grade. The violin helped me become more calmer and less stressed about stuff.
When they choose a middle school, like any kid, sometimes you don't get to continue talents like that unless the right magnet school picks you up. St. Mary's is an incredible school for Cassandra's academics, but when it really came to her musical instrument, this thing that gives her hope and peace in life, she wasn't able to continue. But WesleyRankin uses a connectional system. This is why it's important that we have people who are faith-based and people who are corporations and people who are just friends of WesleyRankin, because quite frankly, we don't know what's going to walk through our doors next or what's needed. We had this donor who wanted to donate a violin that hasn't been used, and they really wanted it to go to someone who would use it well. And we knew immediately which student this would be. It had to be Cassandra.
I got to meet her and I wrote her thank you note and why I wanted this violin.
So Cassandra not only has a violin today that is her own, Cassandra also has a teacher that comes here on Thursdays and practices violin with her. Sometimes you just look at a child and you know that there's so much promise there. That is Cassandra. You just know that she has enough grit, enough perseverance. She's responsible. She's obviously talented, determined to get through school and really make something of herself. And I would like to think that we had something to do with that maturity and getting her to where she is now.
If I didn't have WesleyRankin, I think my life would be very sad and I would be left with no opportunities. WesleyRankin, they make my family complete.